Oh, there it is. There she blows. Let's see here. I can grab this. And we'll move over here. See if this reaches. I'm sure it does. At some point, somewhere, somehow. Some way, somehow. Okay. Let me get my stream up here. Ba-ba-ba-boo. Ooh, that's not right. There it is. Making sure everything's working. Cool. How about them apples? Need a controller. Typically, video games involve having a controller. I found that out just now. Alright. More Saturn Doom. This is on ultra-violence difficulty. It is version 0.2.1, which is the updated version that was just released by a gentleman who patched it as part of a contest and fixed it and made it much more playable than it ever was before. And now that I'm halfway through the entire game, I figured I might as well finish it, so. I'm only going to be here for like an hour or so right now. I'll come back this afternoon, but right now. Oh, this level. I'm not a fan of this level. I always forget how to navigate it. Holy crap, there's a lot of guys in it too. Crap. I'm gonna go have lunch with my parents. I always have lunch with my parents on Sunday. Know what I got here. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Where does this send you? Oh, it's a return. It doesn't send you out. Okay. Yeah, this level always throws me for a loop. I don't remember which one. I think it's this one that goes into the... Yeah, that part. Ah, crap. And here they all come. They're gonna, one by one gonna come out of there. This one. No? Okay. I spy something yellow. Let's see. Is there a yellow door around here? I hear these enemies teleporting in. There they are. Two, three. Okay. So these all return you to the center. And then this one over here, I think it is. Nope. Look at that. I can't remember which one it is. It's not that one. Is it this one? Hmm. There it is. One of them sends you back here, like behind the scenes. And all the rest send you into that center. I saw someone comment under the mod, the patch for this game, where you download it. Someone commented, "Hope you can fix the firing speed, because in this version, you fire way faster than other versions of the game." And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't fix the one good thing about the Saturn version of the game. It's a good thing that you fire guns faster. You can like take out enemies rapid fire with what do you call it? With the shotgun. Hey man, what's going on? Welcome back. I guess you're still awake, huh? Since you're like, what, 8 hours ahead of me or something like that. I'm only going to be here for like an hour right now. I'll come back later this afternoon. I just wanted to play some of this. I have this weird thing where like my setup is geared towards streaming, and if like I'm playing something, I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not at least like just streaming it. So I'll go live for short stints sometimes. It's still like an hour and a half or something. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. Hopefully you can fix the firing speed. No, don't do that. What are you talking about? That's like going, hopefully you guys can fix the one-up glitch in Mario. Because, man, I hate getting hundreds of lives to play with. What's wrong with you? That's one of the perks of the game. That's like a cool part of the game. And you want to fix it? So one of the funny things in this game, this version of the game, is so the PlayStation version, they can do transparency correctly. This one, the Saturn doesn't do transparency right, so they have to dither everything, right? So the specters are supposed to be hard to see. That's kind of their thing. They're hard to see. But because they had to dither them, you can see what they look. See how easy they are to spot now? They're just this big black and white checkerboard walking toward you, which is hilarious. Because like when it's dark, you're supposed to not be able to see them. But they stand out like, watch him when he comes around the corner. It's just the most easy, it's the easiest thing. Look at him. You can see him from a mile away. That's hilarious. It looks like a walking newspaper. Get out of here. Oh, you woke up already. That's funny. You were sleeping the same time as I was. I've had that before, man. My sleep schedule's been all... I used to work night shift, overnights. So I would work from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. overnight. And that messed with me bad. I've never recovered, basically. I'm a night owl. I'll stay up till like 3 in the morning on a work night, and then I'll get up at 6 o'clock or 6:30 and go to work 3 hours later. It's like, what? I'm sure it's messing up my whatever. I won't live as long because of it. Oh, look at you. Look at that. So easy to spot him. hilarious. Like the pink ones are harder to see now than the specters. Okay, let's see where I'm supposed to go. I think I've got to go this way. I have a yellow key. I need a yellow door. Look for a yellow door. Yellow door. I think we're on the right path here. Let's see. Oh, this is where I started. Oh, I went back to the beginning. Yep. I do not like this level. This level is very confusing to me. Oh, hello. Okay, so... God. Yeah, look at that. You see him 50 feet away. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. The one thing about chainsawing these guys is you don't want them to get on the sides of you or behind you. You have to, like, lure them out one by one. And then you can kill them without taking any damage, but if any of them get on the side or behind you, you're done. It's all strategic. That's the thing. That's why Doom is so fun and it, like, stands the test of time. There's a lot of strategy behind playing it. You have to know what weapons to use in what situation, and, like, balance your ammo. If you don't want to just use one gun all the time, because then you just run out of ammo in that gun. It's really, like, more than just walking around and shooting stuff. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Also the puzzles, and it's like, obviously the keys and... Let's see here. Where is my door? Running in circles. Hey. I don't have any rockets left, I only have 5. That's just enough to kill this guy, though. Should be. There you go. So you gotta know things like that. You gotta know, like, how many rockets it takes to kill a Baron of Hell, or an imp. How many shotgun blasts it takes to kill an imp. Let's see here. This way? Nope. This way. Yep. Okay, so I gotta flip these switches. There's a blue key. And there's a chain gun. What do these do? More rockets. Always welcome. Fill up my shotgun shells. Oh, don't need that. There's the blue door. Is there a yellow door inside? Yeller? Look at that. Exit. I don't believe you. That seems too easy. Holy crap. Should have taken the blue pill. Love rooms like this. You just go in and it's just like a huge lineup of 50 guys waiting to take you out. I can't imagine what that room would have run like on the old version of this game. I bet it shut down the system. The fact it remained pretty playable is pretty awesome. I've never found a yellow door. I don't know what the crap to do about that. I kind of want to like look around some more, but I also just want to get out of this level. Cut my losses, you know? Let's see what's over here. Anything? Bueller? Oh, there's a guy right there. Okay. Ooh, almost walked into those. Okay, so let's go back here. Damn you! There we go. Nope, not that room. So confusing. There it is. Okay, so what's down this way? Okay, that's what I thought. Let's just go through the exit. If it in fact is a real exit. Look at that. Oh. Wait a minute. It brought me back to the main menu. Why did it do that? Okay then. Well, there you go. Looks like I beat the game. Looks like I beat as much as I'm going to beat. Alrighty then. I don't know. I don't want to play anything now. I've got other stuff I can play though. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me do the Dreamcast. I didn't get the Dreamcast up and running last night. Let me try that. Stay. All right. I don't think that was the ending. I think it messed up, and there's like a problem with it where when you put in a password and continue the game, it just lets you play that one level. I'm not sure it's working right. But yeah, Doom. The one on so that one that's a patched version of the Saturn version of Doom. Doom on the Saturn was horrible. You should read up on it. It's like they made it originally using the Saturn's hardware, and then it had warping textures. You remember how the PlayStation, like when textures got next to you, it warped and it looked all weird. It did that on the Saturn version of Doom, and then they said that every version of Doom had to go through id Software for approval before it actually got put out into the world for sale. So they sent it to id, and John Carmack saw the warping textures and said, no, you can't do that. And they were like, what? And apparently it was running really well. It was like a really good version of the game other than that. And he was like, no, I don't want you putting that out there when it looks like that. And basically he forced them to recall, like not recall, but like go back to basically start from scratch and make the game using software mode. And it runs like complete crap. It runs like 2 frames a second. There's no warping textures though. But anyway, recently, like within the last month, a patch came out because some modder was working as part of a contest they were having, and he decided he wanted to try to fix the Saturn version of Doom, and he did. And he basically he rewrote code and all kinds of stuff, and now it runs really well. It runs like the PlayStation version, basically. So it's kind of crazy. Uh-oh. Unable to load file. Man, this memory card adapter I have for the Dreamcast is junk. I've lost files several times now. So I'm like hesitant to play any like RPGs or anything. I don't care if I lose my Sega Rally file. Love how quick this game starts. It just goes 3, 2, like whoa. No flyover, none of that crap. Where's the volume? These games get a little loud. I'm gonna do this too. Let's see. There you go. How about that? Enjoy a Trinitron while I play on a Panasonic. Oh shit. I used to not be able to get above 7th place in this game. Now I can get 2nd pretty regularly. I've only beaten it once. And that was by like a millisecond. It's crazy. I took a picture of it. It's like, this will never happen again. This game's hard as crap. I can't imagine doing anything for the love of anything, to be honest with you. I have to get paid or I'm not going to bother nowadays. Unless it's for my own, like, amusement, like all the crap I do with my streaming setup and all that stuff. That gives me something to do. Yeah, I'm not in the business of doing favors. I learned that a long time ago with video, especially because, man, people will take advantage of that. Because they think like, oh, you just shot and edited a video. How hard is that? And you're like, well, it's about 50 hours of work. You know? all told, plus wear and tear on my equipment. The key to me coming in first is getting 6th on this level. Like, that's really it. If I ever magically somehow get 6th place on this level, I can beat it. It's just so hard to get in front of this car in front of me. Because here's the finish line right here. You have to, like, swing in front of him right there. It's really hard. And then I've seen this dude on YouTube before who claims he hadn't played it in, like, years. And he's like, let's see how well I do. And then he just blasts through everything flawlessly and gets first place immediately. I'm like, shut up. I hate that crap. But he's where I got the idea to play as this car, because this car is, like, the only really good one in the game. All the others are slow. Sixth. I'm predicting a 2nd place fit. We'll see. Could be 3rd. This one's different. It's 2 laps instead of just 1. That one. Yep, 3rd. That was close. 420 is actually a really goddamn good time too, and I still finished 3rd. I think my first place run was like 419. This game's just ruthless. Oh, I unlocked a car because I lost my save file, which had it unlocked already. I even have batteries in my VMU, and it still loses my saves. Let's just skip the formalities, thanks. Douche nozzle. Alright, so... First... Let's just skip it. Skip it. Know what else to play? What else do I have on this thing? I got plenty of junk on this console. I even have Doom 64 on this console. Crazy Taxi. Oh, man, I don't think I can stream that, right? With the Offspring music. They'll crucify me. Punks. I'd never finished Shenmue. I'm not going to do it now, but, like, I should get back on that at some point. This one's interesting. Test Drive V-Rally's interesting, I think, anyway. I don't think so. I don't think you can mod it to save to an SD card. I'd do it if I could. And there's no... The thing with the Saturn... The Dreamcast was almost a step back from the Saturn in a lot of respects. Not a lot, but a couple of ways. First of all, the controller has 2 fewer buttons than the Saturn. Because you got A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and then the triggers. This one just has A, B, X, Y, and the triggers. And then you have the other one has battery backup. So you can put, like... I mean, it has battery saving. Like, you know, you can save to a battery inside the cartridge console, but you can also back it up to a cartridge. And then this one only saves to the VMU or the... I don't think this is saved to the battery. No, I don't think so. I think the battery's just for the date. Date and time, date and time. Let's make the thing. So this one's cool because it actually runs at like 60 frames. Like pretty solidly. Select country. No, you. Let's do French Alps. Game over, man. I like in Daytona USA when they spell out game over and they say GAMEOVER instead of OVER. OVER. GAMEOVER. Game over, game over, game over, game over. Let's just go with it. I don't think the cars make that big a difference in this game. Is there a WRX in here? Subaru Impreza, there you go. Look at the frame rate on the demo right there, watch it. Look at like dropping right there. I don't know if you can tell on stream, but it's dropping like badly. And then when you do this right here, that graphic gets out of the way and it gets real smooth. It looks like it speeds up, but it doesn't. I don't know, maybe it does. But it's double buffer VSyncs, what that is. It's dropping to 30 frames. As soon as it gets below 60, it drops straight down to 30. And then when it can go above 60, it goes back to 60. That's the most jarring thing ever. I hate that in games. That was, that's a real problem with the one I just played, Sega Rally 2. There's a code I put in before I play it that locks it to 30. Otherwise, it does that. It goes 60-30, 60-30, like constantly while you're racing. God, it's annoying as shit. Off. I thought I did this already. What are you doing here? Start. Oh, I hit abort, didn't I? What an idiot. Okay. Well, alright then. This isn't letting me play. What's going on? Select your country. Oh, that's why. It's locked. Glad they let me know that. Start stage. Just start the goddamn game. Jesus. You can fight with these things all day.
3, 2, 1, go! Fast right, long, open.
The funny thing is, this has a completely different handling model than Sega Rally. So, like, when you play the two back to back, it's just like you have to get so used to this one.
Tighten into medium right, long.
This is much more of a traditional kind of game.
Tighten. Fast left, long, tighten.
Less arcade, you know.
Medium left, very long, tighten. Medium right, very long, open. Fast left, long.
But it runs so smooth. It looks nice, I think.
Medium right, long, open. And medium left, very long.
Very long. Almost too long. Depressingly long. Long enough to be compared in bed.
Fast left, long. Fast right, long, open.
Unlike our relationship,
Fast left, long,
which
tighten.
is not open. Sad.
Hairpin right, long.
Ooh, right into the wall.
Fast right, long. Hairpin left, long.
Oof.
Hairpin right, long.
God, This course is nuts. These hairpins are insane.
Fast left, long. Medium right, long.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Medium left,
I swear I hear
long,
cars
right.
doing that through my neighborhood at night, 3 in the fucking morning. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? There's some clown with a crappy rice burning kind of crappy exhaust that comes through my neighborhood at like 2 in the morning every night. Like a subwoofer blaring crappy music.
Bad right, long, open, hairpin left, long.
I sound like an old man. I really do. But I don't care. I don't care what age you are, man. It's annoying if it's like 2 in the morning and you're coming through doing that crap. Like, I don't care how old you are. That's annoying.
Fast left, very long, tighten.
There's just decency, you know?
Long,
Be a decent human being.
medium left, long, tighten. Max left, long.
Is this still the first lap?
Fast
Jesus.
right, long.
It's a long course.
Fast left, long, tighten.
Nice.
Fast right, long, open.
It just stock you cold like that and start you
Medium
over.
left, long, tighten. Fast right, very long, tighten. Into medium right, long.
Very long. Incredibly long.
Medium left, long, tighten. Fast left, long, tighten.
Oof. Oh no, I'm going all crazy.
Wrong way.
That's funny.
Wrong way.
What?
Wrong way.
Oh. I hope I don't do it the
Wrong way.
horrible to go the...
Wrong way.
Wouldn't it be bad if I went the...
Wrong way.
You should tell me if I'm going the...
Wrong way.
Because I don't want to go the...
Wrong way.
Oh, nice. There's like a barrier there. That's why they stop you. Because it's not a full loop. Okay, that makes sense.
Wrong way.
I'm trying to kill people here. They seem unflinched. Like they're not... They couldn't care
Wrong
less.
way.
All having a grand time. This is my favorite when they had the
Wrong way.
billboards and like the people would face you no matter which direction the
Wrong
camera
way.
was looking. They would turn with the camera.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Wrong way. Yeah.
Fast right, long, open. Medium left, long, tighten.
Because she only wants the...
Wrong way.
I can't time it right. Anyway, I'm gonna
Fast right, long.
get out of that. The what I wanted to do was like a not a tournament, but you know, like a competition kind of thing. I don't want to do a time trial. Let's see here. Car category. I like to have Ford Focus. What is this? Seat Cordoba. I probably pronounced that incorrectly. Skoda Octavia. Hyundai Coupe. Oh, this is the Corolla. That's kind of cool. There's the Corolla, right? Is that the one? No. Who cares? Let's see. Game modes. Track editor is pretty cool, actually. You can, like, make up your own stuff. Yeah, see here you got Arcade, Time Trial, V-Rally Trophy, Championship. 4 cars on track, 1 level available, 4 cars on track. Let's do Arcade. I want to see what Arcade looks like compared to Sega Rally. Car settings. This is interesting too. Look at this. You get all these like Gran Turismo kind of options here. You can do rain tires on dirt. Sounds like a bad idea. Gearbox. Driving options. Co-pilot, man or woman. Auto manual, assistance on off. Wrong way. Let's start this thing.
3, 2, 1.
Now we got some competition at least. Oh yeah, I forgot about the cockpit view in this, and this is kind of cool. She has like some thick accent. What is that? Very long. Is she like Spanish? Or Italian? I can't tell. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I didn't notice my stupid chat box is over the screen. I'm sorry about that. I apologize profusely. This isn't rally. This is all on asphalt. What are we doing here? This is a road race. I like that they give you a percentage when there's 3 laps specifically. As if you can't figure out that 1 out of 3 is 33%. If you can't, then there you go. Helps you. I can't understand what she's saying. I have no idea what's coming up other than those little icons. Max right, okay. I do have other racers in this one, right? I haven't seen a single one of them. I'm smoking them. But you know, it doesn't matter if I win by an inch or a mile.
Congratulations! You finished first.
Congratulations! Wow, I won by 23 seconds. It's kind of egregious. Okay. Is this one actually a rally race?
3.
Oh, it is. We're off the cement now. Off the concrete. Asphalt? I don't know what the difference is. The solid stuff. Oh, that one flipped. Oh, this one controls way better than that Impreza. That Impreza will control like donkey do. Look out. Oh, I spoke too soon. Very long Titans. Sounds like Borat. You win the race. Great success! Very nice. Okay.
Fast left, long. Medium right, long, open. Fast right, long, open, and fast left, long. Medium right, very long, open. Fast left, very long, tighten.
Titans. Remember
Medium
them.
right, very long, open.
On lap 2,
Medium left,
I'm about
very
halfway
long,
done with the
tighten.
race. How about that? See, that percentage did come in handy.
Medium right, open.
Medium right, open. Little weird.
Fast right, long, open.
But I do like it. I do appreciate the international flair.
Fast left, long. Medium right.
Man,
long,
that Sega
open.
Rally Revo game for 360 and PS3 is awesome. That's one of the best rally games out there, I think. And it was thrown out to die. Like they closed the studio after it got released. Oof. Because it sold so poorly that that was the last game they ever got to make. But it's really good. And there's a PC version that is horrible. Like it runs, I forget the problem with it, but basically you can't lock it to 60 frames a second unless you play in like a certain mode. If you play like the regular mode, it runs at like it runs at 60 frames, but it like has frame pacing problems, so it looks really bad.
Medium right, very long, open.
It's a real shame, because that game would have been awesome at 60 frames. The only reason this one's as playable as it is because it's 60 frames a second.
Fast right, long, open. Fast left, long. Medium right, long, open.
Medium right, long, open. Sure got the Unreal Tournament announcer for this.
Congratulations! You finished first!
Hey, hey.
Godlike!
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, this is on Dreamcast.
Fast right, long, open.
It's funny because this is a third party. This, Sega Rally is made by Sega, so like, the fact it runs at like 60 to 30 frames a second, like continuously changes between the two. And then this one comes along. I don't remember who made this one. It's a test drive game. Test Drive V Rally. I think it was. Oh God, what was their freaking name? Starts with an A. They used to have all kinds of stuff out back in the day. Dang it. I'll have to look. I do have this one physically on disc. I found it up at One Up Games in Calhoun one day. And I just bought it because I didn't know about it. I looked up reviews about it, and it had like 8 out of 10 and stuff like that, like in most places. And I was like, oh, it's pretty good. And then I brought it home and played it, and it's actually really fun. It's a really good game. And I was surprised at how smoothly it ran. And the fact it was made by another, like a third-party developer. Because this came out, I think there's also a version on PlayStation 1. I don't know. I don't think N64 got one. Oop, I rolled. But it was also called different things on different platforms. So I don't know. I think it was released under the Need for Speed name on PlayStation. But it wasn't made by EA. It was published by them. Maybe. I don't know, man. Things were way weirder then. Nowadays we have like very few publishers and very few developers, unfortunately. So like, was it published by EA, Ubisoft, Take-Two, Bethesda, Activision, or Microsoft, or Sony? That's basically it nowadays. You get like 7 or 8 options. Back then it was like, oh, it's a Sierra game, published by Vivendi. But Valve owns the rights to Half-Life. Okay. Copyright. What is that? This car it should have exploded by now.
Congratulations! You
How much? Yeah, accolade. Thank you. That's it. Yeah, they made all the test drives as far as I know. Even through this, how many stages is on this thing? One of the best rally games, in my opinion, is Rally Sport Challenge on the Xbox and Rally Sport Challenge 2. Those look really good. Like, you can play them in an emulator at like 1080p, and they look freaking awesome. And they were made by DICE, the guys that make Battlefield and Mirror's Edge. That was like their first console game, was Rally Sport Challenge. But they're really good games. And they run at 60 frames too. And they look freaking amazing on Xbox. Considering the hardware anyway. I play those quite a bit. I was just playing Burnout a few minutes ago. Burnout Revenge. And the sad thing is I can't stream them because of all the music. The whole soundtrack is just licensed music. And that's why they haven't been re-released, I think, is because they have to pay the royalties. But that game holds up. It's still pretty fun. Copyright long. It's weird. It's actually easier to control inside the car, because outside the car you have to kind of like factor in that the car turns, and you have to see it and like react to it turning physically. When you're in the car, it's like, you know, it's like a first-person shooter. You're just turning, and it turns with you. It's like immediate. So I think it's easier to play inside the car. Same thing when you have a wheel. Like if you're playing with a wheel and you're trying to turn the car from like the third-person view, it's really hard to know like where the wheel is, and like, you know, there's just kind of a delay, I guess. When you're in the cockpit, it's a lot easier. Same thing for me with rally games. There's such like immediate response you need when you're playing a rally game. Gran Turismo I can play like third-person view, but I want to hit those people so bad. I want a hacked version of this game that lets you run over pedestrians and has death animations. Medium right. It's like they got an actress and we're just like, do your impression of an Italian person. Or whatever she is. I don't know. I don't know accents. It's like a female Mario.
Congratulations! You finished first.
Bust. I wasn't fussed. Oh, look at that. I won. First place. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, it would be basically like Postal or something. Carmageddon, right? Is that what Carmageddon was like? Carmageddon. What a great title. Like they started with that game from the title down. They didn't know what they were gonna make. They just knew that it was gonna be called Carmageddon. Yeah, so let me show you this one. Where's the thing? What time is it? 11:30. I got about 20 minutes left. Let me see. I'm gonna go meet my parents for lunch at 12:15 or so. Let's see. These controllers are so similar. This is where I get confused because I got so many like inputs now. I got so much crap all over the place that I have to remember what to do to get what signal where. Let's see this. There we go. Okay, there's audio. Then let me get the... Where's the remote for that RetroTink? Here we are. I gotta swap the input on the RetroTink to component. There we go. And now I can play this. So, I was going to play Rally Sport Challenge real quick because I'm in the mood now. And I played that one. I'm like, well, let me play the real one. The real rally game. Postal 2. Man, they made a Postal 3 at some point, I think. That's one of those that was self-published because the times changed so much that no one wanted anything to do with those games anymore because they're so, like, obscene that publishers are worried they'll just get all kinds of flack. They'll get canceled, basically. Yeah, please don't connect to Xbox. Don't try. Let's see. There's the seat again. Seat Cordoba. I think that's the best one. I'm sure that's licensed music. I'm gonna get a copyright notice. It's funny, your stream ends and then like 12 hours later you get a notice and it's like, your stream's blocked in 50 countries. And you can't monetize it. Because of the music rights. It's weird, the cockpit is like all blacked out. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a bug or if they just got lazy. I remember seeing, I think it was Grid, one of the Grid games, they didn't do a cockpit view. When they did them in every previous one. And someone like from IGN or somebody asked, like, why didn't you do the cockpit view this time? And they were like, because nobody uses it. We have research that shows nobody freaking uses it, and it takes a ton of effort because we got to do all this detail for the inside of the car, and then no one uses it. So we just didn't do it this time. I was like, okay then. And then I think they started doing it again because people were upset for some reason. People can't just react normally to things. They have to get really mad and threaten people's lives and shit. And they're like, you know, it's just a video game, right? And they're like, no, you're gonna die too. And you're like, okay. I'm just gonna sit over here. No, it's funny because the Xbox had a lot of power for the 480 resolution anyway. Because you think about it, like PCs at the time, this thing had a Pentium 3 processor, 733 megahertz Pentium 3, and it had a NVIDIA graphics chip. I don't know what the equivalent. It might be a GeForce 3. I think it's a GeForce 3 equivalent GPU. I could be wrong about that, but anyway. So it was basically a PC, like a kind of mid-range PC at the time. But PCs, remember, we were targeting like 800 by 600 at least, if not 1024 by 768. So the fact that this thing runs games at 480p, 720 by 480, 640 by 480 is like an advantage for it, because it basically was like a PC, but it was running lower resolution. So like, it could pump out some decent looking games. The sad thing is, it was only, you think about it, it was only out from 2001 to 2005. It only got 4 years. I sometimes wonder what, like, if they had 8 years like they do now with like the Xbox. Like the Series X came out 5 years ago now, and there's still no sign of a successor for that. So that's probably going to go 7 or 8 years at least before it gets. Imagine if this had gotten like 8 years of development from developers. It would have gotten, who knows what kind of games we could have got. It could have looked like early 360 stuff, you know? Probably what it would have looked like, but yeah, anyway. That whole generation was super, like, generations in general used to be super short compared to what we have now. That PS3, Xbox 360 generation extended everything like double almost. Those were like almost 10 years long, because they lasted from 2005 and 6 to what, 2013 is when PS4 and the Series, or not the Series, the Xbox One came out. So that's 8 years. Like the Switch has been out for 7, 8, what? Came out in 2017, right? Or 2016? 2017. So that's been out for 8 years. And it's just now getting a sequel. So it was GeForce 3. Yeah, I just know it had to have shaders, which means it can run games like Doom 3, because that used programmable shaders, and that was one of the first. That was when they first came around to make things look like they do now, basically. I wouldn't. Yeah, that sucks that they're gonna delay the PC version of GTA 6 again. I hate that they do that, because you know it'll come to PC at some point, but it's gonna be like 3 years later. They're gonna be like, we're gonna add path tracing to it, and you're like, great. Yeah, GeForce 3. There you go. So it was a pretty, like, the problem was it was a PC, so it didn't have like this low-level operating system that like the GameCube, for example, had. The GameCube is, like, if you look at the clock speeds and stuff of the GameCube compared to the Xbox, the GameCube is a lot lower, but it's a lot more efficient because they didn't have all the bloat and stuff of, like, PC parts, you know? Like, the operating system that's on this thing is kind of just thrown together. They really, like, engineered the GameCube and designed it to be, like, efficient. So even though it's less powerful clock speed-wise and all that stuff, it punches above its weight pretty hard, because, like, they made sure it could. Nintendo in general used to do that. I don't know that they do that much anymore. They just kind of use the NVIDIA chip for the Switch. They didn't really have anything to do with that, I don't think. Oh, maybe they did. Anyway, those days are gone. We'll never see, like, custom designed consoles and stuff ever again, really. They're all basically the same thing now. They're all basically PCs. Ooh, that was a bad one. Way off. I'm not looking at the map, obviously. I think you're right. I think we're seeing the end of physical media for sure in the next like 5 years. The problem is like there's still so many people without good internet in the United States that it's hard to justify getting rid of discs completely right now. But at some point it's gonna happen, and we're gonna see like GeForce Now be like a thing, and the streaming from Game Pass, whatever that's called. xCloud or whatever it used to be called. I'm so out of the loop on all that stuff. I have not kept up with the new stuff. Because it's too expensive. But you notice that's... Oh, come on. Dang it. That's basically why I started buying up all these old retro consoles and stuff, because I was basically like, yep, these aren't going to be around much longer, and they're going to get super expensive when people realize, oh crap, streaming only sucks, I want to own it, and then they start trying to find it, and it's just like gone. The hardware is gone because everyone snatched it up. Same thing with CRTs. I started buying up CRTs because I'm pretty sure they're gonna, I mean, they're already getting expensive. But you got people who are like, I just think there's going to be a huge pushback against digital-only games and movies and stuff. And I think that people are going to scramble and try to find like digital copy or physical copies of stuff. And when that happens, the market for it's going to be like huge. But the problem is prices will be sky high because demand will be there, and then like people will be willing to pay it. So I don't want to be part of that. I want to get it while I can still afford it. I hate that crap though. And I had this thing years ago. I've always been kind of this belief where like I think it would have been cool if the 3DO had caught on. If you remember, the 3DO's idea behind it was basically there's a design, there's like a single design, not a single design, but like a single platform. Oh, the lighting all on this. Oh, never mind. I thought the lighting was all messed up. It's just the mobile one. It's a white car. You can see the reflections on the hood and stuff. That's kind of cool, even if they're fake. But the 3DO had this idea where like there's a platform called the 3DO, and it has you know, a basic set of rules on how to like run games on it. But how it looks and all of that stuff is up to you. And basically, it was like a franchise kind of thing, like what McDonald's, you know, has like a central office, but then like individual owners can have their own restaurants and stuff. It was kind of like that, where like you had Gold Star, you had Panasonic, you had all these different companies making 3DOs, and they had their own kind of look and feel, but they were still 3DOs. It's kind of like a DVD player or something, where like, you know, Sony makes DVD players, Panasonic, all these different companies make DVD players, but they all look different, act different, have different features, etc. That idea would have been cool, I think, if it had caught on, where like there's a PlayStation, right? But it's not necessarily just the Sony PlayStation. There's a Sony PlayStation, there's a Panasonic PlayStation, there's, you know, a Mitsubishi PlayStation. Like all these different companies could have made an appliance, essentially, yeah. And it would have been like cool to see that kind of competition between different manufacturers over the same game platform. So like the game platform would have been standardized, not exclusive. Whereas right now, one company is in charge of the entire platform, and it's like, okay, so you're kind of, you're stuck with whatever they say, you know, like whatever rules they come up with for it. I could see something like that happening in the future, though, honestly. Like, but I think it would happen with streaming, where you have like an Xbox, and then you have all these different people, these different companies making streaming boxes for Xbox accessibility, right? That access Game Pass or whatever. That's kind of what Steam was going for with the Steam box years ago. Where like all these different manufacturers were making Steam boxes, but they were just PCs branded in different ways. But they all ran Steam OS, right? Hell, I could see them going back to that again in the future. I know Valve just released Steam OS for other platforms to run. I know you can always run it, but like, is it I think it's the ROG Ally or whatever is actually, you can run a native version of Steam OS for it now, I think, and essentially turn it into a Steam Deck if you want. Stuff like that, I could see taking off. It would have been cool to see like a Sony Nintendo Entertainment System. Or like a Microsoft PlayStation. This is freaking slick as hell. This level is hard to control on. Sliding everywhere. God dang. Good lord. I like how that graphic comes up and blocks the map. I can't see the frickin' turns now. Move. That announcer's interesting. I don't remember hearing that before. You also take damage in this game. You can see down the bottom right, my tires are like wearing out. That one specific tire for some reason. Look out. You won the race. I don't know how that worked. You're talking about the Q, Panasonic Q thing. I've seen one of those for sale on Facebook before. Not here, it was like California, but they wanted like $600 or something for it. It's just a DVD player, man. That would have been cool, though. Would have been cool to have some sort of like standardized platform like that, where many different manufacturers make one like super popular console, like the PS2. If the PS2 had like 8 different manufacturers, I don't know if it would have been as popular as it is. It might not have ever caught on. People might just get fed up with it because they have to go to like different companies for support and stuff if something breaks. I don't know. I don't know exactly how that would shake out in people's minds. It just seems like it would be a cool idea, but I don't know. Maybe it's a horrible one. Maybe it's absolutely terrible. Man, I hate having so many freaking games on this thing. It's too impossible to settle on anything. I never played any of these Star Wars games. I should go through at least a couple of them. Like KOTOR I should play at least. I wonder if Disney goes after people for like copyright. Sonic Heroes. Shadow the Hat. I don't know why I put this on here. And this is my favorite thing. Silent Hill 2 and 4 are on this, but not 3. Like as in on the Xbox. You can't get Silent Hill 3 on the Xbox. It doesn't exist. PlayStation 2 exclusives. And I think on PC. Panzer Dragoon. Let me do Outrun. Let me do Outrun 2006. This is one of those games where you can find the physical copy for relatively cheap. And then Outrun 2, I think it is like $200. And they're basically the same game. Actually, I think Outrun 2 is in 2006. Maybe it's the other way around. Let's see. Maybe I'm incorrect about that. What are we doing here? Oh, why do I have to do that? Whatever. Done. God, I said done like 3 times. Yeah, so there's Outrun 2 is built into this one. So basically, like, you can get Outrun 2 relatively cheap, but then this version of the game is incredibly expensive for some reason. Do I want the Ferrari, the Ferrari, the Ferrari, the Ferrari, the Ferrari, the Ferrari, or the Ferrari? With the Enzo. Oh, there's 4 colors, okay. It's like there's only 2 colors?
Automatic transmission. Outrun mode. Passing breeze.
Come on. I wonder if I'll get a copyright strike from Ferrari. Ferrari's going to be like, you can't stream our cars without express written permission. It's like they're hinting at me that I'm stupid and can't handle the harder one. Easy's this way. Hello? Hello, McFly. Let me do this. Sorry.
Let's go.
I meant to fix that. I didn't. I'll be streaming later again.
Checkpoint.
I'm about to hop off in a couple minutes, but like,
So far away.
I wanted to do that before I come back, because I'll forget again. I'll be like, whoops. Left that there all day. I've taken the more difficult route twice now, and it's probably thinking like, oh, he's really going for it. Wow.
Checkpoint.
I guess I misjudged him. Oh no. I found a copy of Burnout Revenge for Xbox 360 the other day on disc. So I have that, and now I have that and Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I'm very happy about. 2 EA games I actually give a rip about.
Checkpoint. How far are you going to take me?
What, did I kidnap you or something? Shut up. You gotta pee? Boy, she complains a lot. When is this gonna be over? I would love that. A game character that can't stand the fact they're in the game and they want to get off the ride. Hate this. Halo sucks. Imagine Cortana being like, this game's horrible. When's it gonna be over? Why am I in so many of them? I can't stand this. That's cool.
Checkpoint. I want to go ahead.
It's amazing you can see all the meteorites and stuff like that with all this light pollution. It usually doesn't work like that. Sega. Oh no! Oh, I thought I was going right into that wall. Goal!
Congratulations.
186 miles per hour. Yeah, that's Elon not giving a rip about regulations. What an idiot. I took a couple of hard routes there. I only took one easy. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Best outrunners.
Do not include you.
Game over.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna hop off for now. I'll be back in a little bit.
Keep an eye out. Subscribe and get notifications. Ring the bell. Hit that like button. It helps a lot. Thanks.
See y'all later.